morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time it is where you are, but right now it is time for more insight. This is insight you can trust because there is more where it came from. I'm your host, Chris Moore. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, do all the things that you're supposed to do. It's free. Nobody's charging you to like. Nobody's charging you to throw a subscription my way. But I would greatly appreciate it. I just want to build a great community. As you all know, I love telling stories that people aren't really telling. And I like talking to those people who people aren't really talking about just yet. And today with me, I have someone that you are going to be familiar with. Today's guest is not just a regular guest. I have an MVP in the building, y'all. Everybody can say they got an MVP on their show, but today I have one with me. I have someone who's, I'm going to say, a collision of power, but at the same time, purpose as well. Destanie Yarbrough is in the building with me today. I want y'all to say it again slowly. I want y'all to say it this time. And make sure when you say it, make sure you understand that name, it carries some weight to it. It has history behind it. We'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later as well. But like I said, introducing the song, presenting to others, Destanie Yarbrough. How are you doing this afternoon?
Hey man, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited. Two MVPs,
Absolutely,
playoff
absolutely.
MVP.
Shouts out to the MVP, y'all. You the real MVP. I don't know. I mean, KD may have said it first, but hey, we ain't gonna be the last one to say it. I can say you the real MVP in here.
I appreciate the love. But you the real MVP for
Absolutely.
hosting me, honestly, man. Without your work and folks like y'all putting us in the spotlight, we wouldn't get this far. So I appreciate you.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Hey, my shirt says pay respect to women's sports. I am an advocate. I'm an ally. I am a friend. I support women's sports, and I'm here for everything that y'all are doing. Before we jump into that, I want to go into a quick segment of give me more. These are just some random questions that I have together, just to get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
Who hits harder, MMA fighters or linemen?
I would say MMA fighters, just
Okay,
because
okay.
we practice a punch every day, and who are you going to be more afraid of? The guy who practices one punch 1,000 times, or the person who practices 1,000 punches one time?
Hey,
No,
I didn't
no
know you.
disrespect to my O lineman. No disrespect to my O lineman, but the pity patty. I'm gonna be afraid of this fist. So
You need to add rapper to your poet to your resume because that was a bar. You definitely dropped
thanks.
it. What's more intimidating, bare knuckle or fourth and goal?
Ooh, I got some PTSD from that. You just said fourth and goal. I got Marshawn Lynch last year. Uh, I would say bare knuckle fighting.
Okay,
That is
okay.
it's vicious. One punch, you can get split open. Your lights can go out. Fourth and goal, yeah, everything's riding on that play, but you have a team around you, but in bare knuckle, you by
Exactly.
yourself. So
Hey, after that fourth and goal, hopefully you can just walk back to the sideline. But
yeah,
bare knuckle, it might be lights out for real.
for real, for real.
Yeah. I got another one.
Here
Would
for
you
it.
rather have a knockout or score a touchdown?
Both, because I can knock the girl out while I scored a touchdown. So
I see what you did there. I ain't gonna hold you. I like how you did that. I like how you did it. I ain't even gonna say nothing to that. You got it.
both are great. I love scoring punches or scoring touchdowns, not scoring punches. I love scoring touchdowns, but I also like punching people. So
So you're not gonna have any arguments out of me today. I don't want them. I don't want no smoke. I don't want them hands. Okay.
I
Let me
got
ask you
you.
this: if life had an entrance music, what would it be? What song? Who's the artist? What's the vibe?
Oh my gosh, I don't like just one artist, but right now I've been stuck on West. Uh, I'm a huge fan of Logic. Logic, I feel, is under the radar, but I love me some Logic. And 75, Off the Porch is my go-to song. I do this for my
Ooh.
brothers because from a younger day we didn't have anything to believe in, so I'm trying to be that belief in my family.
I love it. I love it. So we have, like I told y'all, we have a champ in the building. We have an MVP in the building. The Texas Elite Spartans just won the 9 Cup. I want to ask you this. What was going through your mind when they announced you as the MVP?
Uh, just got chills. I was like preoccupied and celebrating, and so they're like, "Destiny, do you want your MVP?" And I was like, "What?" And I was so shocked because Janice Masters is our commissioner, and she's the one that gave us our trophy. And so as soon as they announced my name and I realized what I was getting, I instantly started crying. Um, Getting MVP of a championship game has been on my bingo card for years, so it was very wholesome. It was a very true moment. I cried with passion, but it felt amazing to finally do it in front of everybody. So it was fun. It's good.
I love this. The Texas Elite Spartans. This is a dynasty in the league. But what made this team different? Let's say from last year.
Ooh, last year was hard when we lost because we have won almost every championship except for
Mhm.
last year. This league's been created, I want to say 6 or 7 years, and we've won 5 out of 6. Uh, Last year was hard, but from last year to this year, it would be our rookie class. This is our biggest rookie class. I believe we have over 30 rookies this year, and they actually outnumbered us vets. And the difference is that this rookie class actually bought in from jump. Like they made it through camp and then they just kept showing up and they wanted to be better and they were asking us vets questions. And even when they were having hard times in the games or at practice, like us vets stood up and we took time to, talk to them and to help mentor them. And I think that was the biggest difference this year than last year's. Everybody bought in, not just 90% or 85%. No, we had everyone feed off of each other. And that created a culture of especially after our first loss, that created a culture like, oh no, we in this, like we still in this. Like we had our first loss of the season, our very first game. And I feel like it was necessary and it was needed because it showed our rookies like we weren't just given this. Like we
Yeah.
had to earn every play, we had to beat every rep, we had to face teams that really want to beat us because of how powerful we are. And so I think our rookies learned a lot from that first loss, and ever since then this team has just been melting and forming together, and by the time we reached playoffs we were peaking at the perfect time and it just felt so perfect and it was like a story ending. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to all our freaking rookies, man. I love them. They made the biggest difference to us, and they gave us vets some life and some like, hey, we don't have to hope that our legacy continues. We know our legacy is going to continue with these young athletes if we continue to shape them and mold them and have them continue to be open to learning. So it was great.
I love that you said that and you mentioned how young the team is. And they are outnumbering you all as the vets. So let me ask
Mhm.
you this about leadership. How do you show up as a leader in these particular situations? Are you more of the vocal leader, the physical leader, the Rue Raw, the Ray Lewis type of leader?
So I'm different. I wish I can be a vocal leader on the team. I would say because I'm a travel player, so I travel in to the team.
Mhm,
It's sometimes I feel like I'm missing out on my community more because I can't be
mhm.
there every practice or whatever. So for me, how I'm able to lead is when I do show up to those practices or I do show up to those games, I'm just talking to the rookies or I'm talking to the vets. I'm trying to say, hey, where's your mind at? Like, what are you thinking? How are you feeling mentally, physically, emotionally? When they do have a moment in the game, like if they mess up and they're hard on themselves, I try and tell them like, hey, man, we've all been there. But the best thing about it is you get to just forget about it and go on to the next rep. My way of leadership is just showing up for them when I can and not being quiet. Like I talk. Everybody knows I got the gift of gab. I love to talk. I'm not as vocal and out there and loud as Tammy Moore. Love my girl. But when you talk to me, you're gonna get some knowledge out of it. So I lead when I can. I step in when I can. And I just do the most that I can being the travel player. So I feel like I've helped a couple of the rookies and moments where they've given up on themselves, but we don't allow you to give up on yourself on our team. Like you have a lot of women who are there to support and uplift. So I'm trying to be that anchor to support and uplift when I can. But
And I know we talked a lot, or I know you've talked about being a travel player and really stepping in that way and helping making sure that everyone's together. It sounds like you're the glue of the team, making sure that things are working, making sure things are coming together. I
I
wanted to,
try. Oh, I was gonna say I didn't mean to cut you off, but
You good?
I am a physical leader. Like one thing I think the rookies love about me is that I'm like smiling and I'm nice and huggy, but when I hit that field, I'm like, nah, I'm messing you up. Like, let's go. And every rep, I'm just physical, and I'm not just physical. Like I'm agile. I can catch. I can run. I like to talk, talk mess
You can
back
cuss
and
on here.
forth.
It's okay.
I like to talk shit, but I don't start talking shit like off bat. Like if you talk to me, I'd be like, oh, the game on. Like you want to be about this life? Like I'm a fire too. Talk shit all you want. I'm still gonna smile in your face after I run you over or after I stiff arm you. Like to me, it's all competitive fun. But yeah, everybody loves that me D Train. Like keep messing with D Train. We don't give her the ball. She gonna run right at you. Like so
I'll
they
run
love
at
it.
you.
They don't know. None of the rookies want to see me, and it's not like a bad thing. I'm not talking trash, but like
Yeah,
I know they love that they're on my team. So
for sure. It's just
yeah,
like so many other players. It's like your Draymond Greens. You don't want to
yeah.
ever like be on the court with him, but
He's
if
like an
he's on your
involved
team,
Dennis Rodman. It's like I don't want
Dennis
to be.
Rodman. What's something behind the scenes that you would treasure from this season?
uh, just oh man, I might get emotional on here, but honestly, like the one thing I love about this team is the community. Like if
Mhm.
one struggles, we all come together, and this was by far the hardest mental season for me. Um, like just with what I go was going through off the field. Like
Yeah.
this entire season was rough. And Coach O hit the hammer on the nail when she said we're a bunch of Davids and people think we're Goliaths. Coach Billy said that RP, love you, Coach. But he said, people think we're just Goliath and we're just here, but we are a bunch of Davids put together that created that Goliath. And this year, when I was struggling mentally, I forgot my uniform one time, championship day. No one knows I forgot my game pants. Like I've forgotten things, and I cried a lot this season. But I've always felt safe to open up to somebody on the team or to open up to my coaches, and the coaches will come support me or my players will come support me. So I would say like the biggest thing this year is I felt safe this year to just be me and to be unapologetically real. Um, and that's big. That's because not a lot of teams like let the players feel safe enough or they feel comfortable enough to turn to a coach or turn to a player. And whether they're a rookie or a vet, just having that community it was a big difference for me, and I really needed it this year. So
Oh, during these mental hurdles that you had to overcome, what were ways that you were finding yourself to like replenish yourself? Because clearly you're poured out, you're drained. You need something to fill you back up. You need something to
yeah,
restore you. So I'm pretty sure
yeah,
football played a huge part of that. But what are some of
yeah.
those other things that helped in addition to football?
Yeah. So like since I was a young kid, I've learned at a young age to channel what I'm going through into sports. So besides football, I am a big advocate on self-healing books, self-help books. I read my books. I am a motivational speaker. So I like to write my speeches. I don't put it out there on my social medias, but I have a lot of content written. So I like to read, I write, I listen to a lot of music, positive music, not just, because you are what you listen to and who you hang around. And so the music plays a big difference to me. Like if I'm in a negative mindset, I can't listen to this bitches and hoes and different area code stuff. Like I got to listen to like some positivity music.
Yeah.
So that really helps me. Music is huge in my life. And then I play video games, man. I like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, uh, NFL, like
That's one way to
Armageddon.
get the aggression out.
Yeah, so I play video games, but I try to it's just me how I maneuver if I'm going through something. Besides, I have a therapist, which I love to advocate for, especially young Black people or just Black people in general. Like therapy is nothing to be ashamed about. We all need someone to just talk to where we feel safe and just open up and not feel judged. So I make sure I have therapy every week, and I love it. That helped me so much. But doing things that will keep me mentally engaged and not just
I love it.
moping and being self-pitied like I don't do well with that. Like I have a purpose and I might have bad days, but I have to find a way to stay focused on that purpose. So
Oh,
yeah.
I'm so glad that you said that. The advocacy for mental health, the advocacy for seeing a therapist, having someone to talk to, having space, having community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, community is so big to me. And because you're a Black female, you're also in sports. How important is community for you? Because you're a jack of all trades right
It,
now.
yeah, it's funny you say that because I always joke. I'm like, I have so many. I wouldn't say ball and chains, but I have so many layers, right? So many
Mhm.
layers, and where I live, it's hard for me to feel like I'm a part of the community where I live in Fresno. So when I do travel to Texas, I'm just like, my inner child comes out, and I'm just like,
Feels like home.
love, like black love, like safety, just support, and not, being a part of crabs in the barrel type community. It's a huge
Yes.
difference, because crabs in the barrel really will, it could be your family that keeps you down sometimes. And it's hard to face your family when you don't want to feel like a lone wolf, right? Because lone wolves don't make it far. Like Coach O has a shirt that we wore at campus says, have you ever seen an albino hyena? No, because they don't last long in packs because they die first. They stand out. So like community wise, it was, I don't know. It's just big for me. It's hard where I live to find it, so I take full on, like, love my community out in Texas. I am enamored in the moment as much as I can be. Like people are like, D, you just smile so much and you love life. I'm like, I frown. I'm angry a lot. Trust. I have a switch, but I am a
Let this
person that,
game start.
yeah. I'm a person that tries to literally cherish every moment I have. Like you don't see me
Yeah.
post a lot of pics and videos because I'm in the moment. Like I'm taking this in right now. I don't need to have my phone out every 2 seconds to show the world. Like, yeah, I'm gonna show you eventually, but I'm trying to feel all of it right now.
It's because I legit find myself doing the same thing, just kind of being in the moment. I have a 3-year old son, so there are times where I'm just putting the phone away. I'm not even recording him. I just want to be in the moment. There are other times to record for sure,
Yeah, yeah, and I,
but just being with him in that authentic moment,
mm-hmm.
even
Because
with
you're not gonna
my
get
wife,
it back.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not going to get those
you're not
moments
gonna get it
back.
back. And it's like, we won the championship, bro. We was turning up in that locker room, but you won't find a video on my phone about us popping champagne and doing whatever. You'll
Being
find videos of other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm a person like, bro, I'm in the moment. Like I'm in the
and the
moment.
fun, and the funny thing is, back long time ago, when I was in the club, when I was in those atmospheres, I was taking people's phone out their hand, like, bro, enjoy the
Like
moment.
enjoy
Do
the
you see where
moment.
we are?
Yes, I feel like it's a lost art. It's a lost
Enjoy the
art because
lunch.
everybody wants content, or they need this, need that, and so they're so invested in their phone. I'm just like, see what happens when you put it away for a minute. See how you
Man,
feel without that pressure. See how you feel without that stress. Don't log into your Instagram for 7 days. See if you can survive that. Like,
listen. Oh, yeah, we right here. We right here. Um, I want to ask you this. Um, Bo Jackson, Deion
that's my boy.
Sanders. These are two sport athletes. I'm going to venture to say that we can add your name to that conversation because you are a two sport athlete.
I just got the chills again, man, because I was just talking about that. That's a goal of mine. Like, I want to be remembered as a two sport pro athlete, as a female. I want to go down in history as that person like, yo, she wasn't just good in one, she was great in two. And when you mention Texas Lee Farms, you cannot mention Destiny Yarbrough. Like you have to mention my name. I want to be able to go down in history in the WNFC. She was a Jerome Bettis in the WNFC. That's a D trade, and in fighting, I'm still fighting to break through that light heavyweight threshold because it's still kind of new in America.
For
But
sure.
I mean, like Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. And so Destiny's going to keep fighting until that door gets knocked over. If I continue to do what I do, women and young girls will see, and they'll be like, maybe I can do it too. Hey, cousin, maybe you can do that, And it's not about me winning so much in MMA. It's more about me bringing the views and the women and the people, because eventually, once those tracks get built, inevitably money and those accolades will come. And in football, I've been playing football since 2002. It's funny that our championship cup, our championship thing is named title, the Nine Cup, right? That is our name, the Nine Cup. In 2002, my mom and me had to threaten my school district when I was in seventh grade, a Title IX lawsuit for them to let me play football. And so they let me play football. And then here I am, 23 years later, still, 23 years later, still playing football.
So
Uh,
even with that, 23 years later, you've seen the evolution of women's sports
mhm,
firsthand.
mhm.
How does it make you feel as a woman to see, and granted, it's not where it's going to be in the next 10 years, but to
Oh,
see
it's going
where
to
it
be
is
amazing
now?
in 10 years.
Oh, how do you feel right now about the evolution of women's sports? And not just basketball. We're talking about football. We're talking
And
about volleyball,
I'm
everything.
I love to see it. Like, what was it like a month ago that women in, I forgot the place, like they're allowed to get rid of skirts in tennis? Like,
Hmm.
why are we forced to wear skirts still in 2025? And we just got rid of that. And I love that. Like in football, oh my gosh, I've been a part of three leagues. And just to see where we're at, and I'm blessed to be still a part of the football community to see how far it's come. Like little Bow Wow perform at our halftime
Lil
show.
Bow Wow,
Like,
a
you
legend,
know,
by the way.
exactly. I still got his orange CD, his green CD. Like I still got my CD player. So like we have, we now have people that are coming and investing in women's sports and not just football and basketball to see the evolution of women's basketball. Like, come on, we have the most views and stuff like that. We breaking records. I think this is what you see when people and companies that have the position of power to make a change start investing and giving back and actually taking a chance in female sports. Because I've come
Mm,
across promoters and promotions as a female MMA fighter because I do the hard work. I go look for promotions. I look at matchmakers. I do the talking. I find my own opponents. Like, it's hard as a female in this in MMA or in boxing to break through. Like, I had a guy tell me, "Oh, there'll never be a niche for women's heavyweight fighting, or you'll never be able to fight unless you drop down to 135 pounds." Like, what? Like, you're telling me I can't and that I won't? Guess what I'm gonna keep doing? I'm just gonna move over here to this other door that's like, hey, let's see what we do. Let's see. I'm only can pay you $500, but if you can sell this amount of tickets, you can get this amount of money from the ticket sales. I'm like, well, let's do it. Like, this is what happens when people give women who really have a passion and a drive and are leaders, and you give us a chance to actually make a change, to leave footprints in the sand. It's like OJ, man. I love OJ. I see her as a mentor, a big sister, like another sister from a mister. Like, that lady has shown me so much, and it's just by me watching and asking questions and her just being her and being a leader. She's brought Adidas, Dove, Riddell, all of these businesses to the WNFC and all that because she has a purpose and she has that drive and that passion. Someone said she couldn't do it, and she's just like, watch me. And
watch
she's
me.
still doing that. And it's like, I smile every time I see a woman getting recognized in sports, or like Candace Parker finally getting her jersey retired as a Spark. Like, come on, that should have been happened. Like, I love it, and I'm here for it. I love all the females. I want to see all women win, even my haters. You can't have a winner without a loser, and I don't like to say loser. I like to say lessons. But it's
Even to that
it's
point,
amazing. It's an amazing.
even to
We're in a
that
different
point,
era.
I think men as a society, and as a society, I will say that it's okay for women to not like women because guys don't like guys, and it's not this big issue made about it. For instance, I'm going back to basketball. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, they didn't like each other for a while. But guess what? ESPN said, hey, we're going to put them on for Christmas Day. We need to see these ratings. Kobe and Shaq, same thing. So we
Yep.
embrace the drama when it's the guys. But when
Hmm.
it's women, it's like, oh, now y'all being mean girls. Now
Now y'all,
y'all,
yeah,
it's a
black angry
different
women like
sentiment.
Clarissa Shields. They,
Hello.
come on, one of the greatest female boxers in the history, and you guys are calling her angry black woman because and you're mad because she carries herself that way. But did you give her an option to not carry herself that way?
What is
If
she
she
supposed to do?
didn't act exactly, if she didn't, talk that talk and walk that walk, you guys would be like, who is this? She wouldn't be in that spotlight. She had to be boastful. She had to be in your face. And now, because she had to do that to get the looks, to get the money, to get the contracts and all that stuff, now you're saying, oh, she's being too much. But you didn't give her another option. So guess what? We have to
You didn't
find
give her
another
enough.
way.
That's why she got to do
Yeah,
too much.
exactly. And now you mad. Be mad. Be mad. But yeah, and it's funny that you brought that up about men because trust. A lot of my fans are men, and I still get comments, "Oh, you're too pretty to fight," or "You're too pretty to play football," or "Why are women playing football?" Like the era of women, it's disgusting because now we're trying to be like men and we want to do everything men do. No, why can't females enjoy playing football? Why can't females enjoy playing basketball? Why does it have to be? Why does a sport have to be assigned a gender? Like is it's a male sport. Like I've been playing football since I was catching balls in the street with my family in 1995. Like, quit playing with me. Like, and then I put some pads on in 2002, and I fell in love even more. Like, we can do what men can do in sports. Yeah, it's not going to be heavy hitting. Yeah, there's not as much knockouts in female fights as there are in men fights, but we're leading up to it. We're building up to it. If you guys continue to give us opportunities and continue to give it chances, like we're going to fulfill those opportunities. Someone's going to take advantage of an opportunity given,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just all we need is a door open. It just needs to be cracked. Give us a crack. We'll put somebody in with a gift of gab like OJ or me or somebody else, and we gonna open that door up. So it's just it's we do need the support from the men. It's huge. We need support from men. I'm not saying like we're going to live and die off of the men audience, but having men join us and not be against us because
Sure.
we love doing something that you love to do. Like, I'm not trying to be a man. I don't want to be a man. Never have I ever said I want to be a man. No, I just like playing football. And it's, for me,
And it's
it's
okay.
healing. And it's, I
Yeah.
channel my anger and what I'm feeling. And I'll go to jail if I hit somebody walking. I won't go to jail if I hit you playing football.
Or step
So
in that
like,
cage.
or step in the cage. You know what I mean? Like, so why is it such a bad thing for us to find ways that you guys find, like guys find ways to do that, and that why is it bad for us? Like, we play video games. Oh, you need to be in the kitchen, make that sandwich. Do you even know how to make a sandwich, bro? Like, quit playing with me. Like it's just I have a on my fridge. I have a little magnet, a square magnet from a third grade, and it's of me and my little school photo. And I have a sweater. It says, "You pick the toys, I'll beat the boys." So I've always, and so it's on my fridge, and I'm just smiling because boys say I couldn't do things at a young age, and I've always been like, okay, and then I do it better, and then I do it better, and then I get better, and it's like, do you want to join me now? You want to be my friend?
That's the thing. I've I would say over the last 10 years, I've really grown as a man, um, grown as an individual to say, you know what? Women's sports is actually dope. And over the
It is.
last few years, I've watched more WNBA than NBA. I'm starting to watch more because now that I know women's football is out and they're not just running around in lingerie, let me just say that. It's
Say
not
it
a
again for
gimmick.
those in the back.
It's not a gimmick football league. They ain't got on lingerie. They got on real football uniforms,
Yeah, it's
and
not
they actually hit.
exploitation.
Hello. So I know when the next season comes, I'm going to be tapped in. There's a
Yeah,
team. I live in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I know that there's a team there, and I know there's a
Atlanta
team in
Truth.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Yep,
So,
Atlanta Truth and Mississippi. Mississippi's a great team, man. They won the
so I'm about to
championship
pull up.
last year. Yeah,
I'm going to
they
pull up
always
to one
bring
of
the
these games.
energy.
I need to support. I just don't want to just say, "Hey, I'm here for women's sports," and don't support. So I definitely want to make
Yeah,
sure I throw support and attend some games. I definitely want to make sure I do that.
I love female sports. I'm not bagging on male sports. I think for men's side though, it's a norm. Guys play sports.
Yeah,
They do it. They do it. But for females, I feel like we bring more intense. I wouldn't say more intensity because in the female world, football, our football league, WNC, we are more intense
I
than
feel it's
any
more
other
passion.
football league. Yeah, we play with passion and purpose and intensity because not only are we trying to prove a point to ourselves and our team, but we're trying to prove a point to the world.
Yes,
We're still trying to break through when male sports is already prevalent. It's already in your face. It's there. So females, whether they're pro tennis players who make $114,000 and they're over here winning multiple grand slams and they're not making as
yeah,
much, like the equity is not there as the men. So yeah, we have to fight harder. Yeah, we have to be in your face more. Yeah, we have to do things more. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we have a bigger purpose. We're still trying to make it a mainstream. And WNBA, freaking love them making a mainstream. Like, let's go, views. It's just women bring the passion and love. so,
absolutely.
yeah.
Let me get back on track.
So yeah,
Um,
we can
no, you're
talk for
good.
days.
You're
I
good.
already can feel it.
Yeah, we here. We here. Um, in one of your videos, I saw the phrase "female Derrick Henry," but you also
Hey,
mentioned Jerome Bettis. Um,
yeah.
what does it feel like to be compared to these outstanding athletes, these outstanding football players? Do you lean into the comparison, or do you kind of feel like it comes with the pressure?
Oh no, I love pressure. Pressure builds diamonds. Come on, quit playing with me. Uh, so I love the pressure. AJ Green, he's the one that posted that video and said she's the female Derrick Henry. I actually never compared myself to Derrick Henry except for my stiff arms because I am the stiff arm queen.
I love it.
Been, I love it. But I've always said that I run like Marshawn Lynch mixed with Mike Allstott and Jerome Bettis. Like Mike
So
Allstott is my favorite fullback ever. Loved watching him with Tampa Bay plays. He's a beast. Right. So I love him. My 36, I wear 36 because one, I was rebranding myself from when I came from the other league. I used to be 26. And then when I came to WC, I was like, I'm 36 now. And I love me some Jerome Bettis. I'm a Saints fan. My mom's a Steelers fan. And I used to love watching Jerome Bettis. I'm like, whew, that's a dog I don't want to be a part in front of. But he has like such a gentle soul, like Ray Lewis. Like, I love it. And I embrace it. I'm like, yeah, that's me. What's up? You can't hate on me. If you can't stop me, don't hate me. Like, but I enjoy it.
this interview just got a little problematic. So I'm from
Ain't
Atlanta.
nothing. Okay.
So I'm somewhat of a Falcons fan. So I can't even be totally mad. Mike Allstott, I remember the neck brace coming out the shoulder
Yeah.
pads. I always
Little
played
Adam
Madden.
Sandler type.
For sure, for sure. I played Madden, so I use Mike Allstott here and there. But the Saints fan, that
Mm-hmm.
threw me for. I saw the picture with you with the Saints Scully on. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, hey, maybe she just was throwing on something to match. But to
It's
see that
it's crazy because
you're
like
a fan is like hitting me different now.
I'm a fan, like Marcus Colston type, like Jonathan Vilma, like
Shouts
Reggie
out to Jimmy
Budd, like
Graham, Deuce
Jim,
McAllister,
Jim, Ju I was just about to say Deuce McAllister. That's my guy. Jimmy Graham, when his first run with the Saints,
first
he
run.
changed the NFL because he kept dunking too much on the
Yes.
on the goalpost. He never even played football. He was a basketball player in this transition, and that shows you that football is so universal. You can't put people who play football in a box, especially females. We're mothers and daughters and pageant queens, and we're in the military. We're CEOs. Like you, no one, even men, like it's so universal. I love it. Yeah. Deuce McAllister is my boy. Ah,
You also mentioned Marshawn Lynch.
yeah.
He's
I met
he's
him.
known as
He's so awesome.
he's known as beast mode. I want to
Yeah.
know, can you remember a game where you went beast mode?
Last year, this year, championship game.
Ooh.
Last year, definitely championship game. Like I had something to prove because I was my first year off of ACL surgery, and so I was
Mm,
coming back with a vengeance. Like I had to earn my reputation all over again, is what I felt. Because when you get an ACL injury, it's a 50-50 chance that that athlete comes back because that mental hurdle is real. Like I'm not afraid of the physicalness because my mindset is if I had surgery and I did re, rehabilitation and rehabilitation before surgery, prehab, like I'm fixed physically, but am I prepared mentally?
yep.
So mental strength for me is huge. And so last year, the whole year, I was out. I was out for blood. I was out for that MVP of the championship game, and I would have got that. I felt if we wouldn't have lost, like that game last year, though, I was
It was
I was
cooking.
D train mode. I was beast mode on that one. But Marshawn Lynch actually came to our championship game in 2021. I got to meet him. So he
That's
came,
dope.
popped up. He popped up. Him and Patrick Willis. I got to meet Patrick Willis.
Oh,
Me and
Hall of
him,
Fame.
man, right? We chopped it up for days, hours. Like if I messaged on my IG, he'll message back. Patrick Willis is a big advocate for the WNFC for women's football now, and I love it. Me and him hit it together because we both got turf toe. He retired because of turf toe, and I still play on turf toe. So,
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, beast mode for me. Everybody knows as soon as I hit a field and that ball hits my hand, every play could be possibly a beast mode play. So,
oh man, I love that for you. It's
yeah,
not every day you get to meet those people that you are watching.
yeah,
not every day that you meet those people who inspired you. So hats off to you. Hats off to them as well because they're like you need allies. You need
Yeah,
allies.
we need allies.
Um,
Yeah.
in your I on your IG, I saw something that was cool. Believe to achieve. What does that mean to
Mhm.
you?
Uh, Everything. That's my life motto. My high school coach, when I was a sophomore at the time, was just instilling confidence in me. I had, when I was a younger athlete, I was very I would get upset fast. I didn't really have a lot of sportsmanship, especially if my teammates weren't doing their part. I would get mad because they weren't doing their part, and I'm over here trying to do my part. But she told me to believe to achieve, and she started that off, and she took our entire team to watch Coach Carter. And I remember when Coach Carter first came out, she took our entire team to watch Coach Carter, and that movie hit me. And her Believe to Achieve hit me. Every card she wrote, every poster we put on there is Believe to Achieve. Like I have tattooed on me a tattoo. It says dream, and then on the other side it says believe. So it's two words in one. Um, it's tattooed on my back. Like if you believe you can, then you can achieve it. It doesn't mean that you just have to say, "Oh my God, I meditated on it and I want it to come to fruition." No, you actually have to put action behind your belief. And if you put action behind your belief, inevitably you will achieve it. It's just how long are you willing to put that consistency in, or that purpose in, or that drive. Like, so believe to achieve is something that I've tried to live by on and off the field or inside out the ring. Like you ultimately have to believe in yourself. If you want to get anywhere, it has to start with belief in yourself.
I love it. And one thing that you said, one word that you said that hit me, consistency. Because people have the dream, they'll start the work, but as soon as things start to get a little tough, it kind of throws them off. So I'm glad that you said consistency because without hard work, without consistency is boring
Yeah,
because it's the
it is.
same old
It's
thing over and
repetitive.
over. Exactly.
Repetitive, but
But it's
how
that
do you be?
determination that kicks in, that discipline
Hmm.
that kicks in. Man, that's
I always say like hard work will outbeat talent if talent don't work hard. You know that saying, and that's just
exactly
that's what it is, man. If you're consistent, you don't have to be the talented, you don't have to be the brightest, the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, but can you put in the work that others aren't willing to do? Like there was a thing posted last year about, and I was a part of it in the WNFC. Someone made a post like, "Oh, who's the fastest running back?" And there was like, they put like a list of 8 or 9 of us, and they put me in there, and I straight jumped on the comments, and I'm like, not that I'm upset that I'm in this, but I never said I was the fastest. And then you have running backs saying that they're the greatest, they're the goats. And then I was just trying to humble them and say, I am the real GOAT because not only am I powerful, I have vision, I have agility, I have speed, I have strength, I have teamwork. Like you can't say you're the most talented if you're just in one category. Like how are
true.
you universally in the on the field or in your game? Yeah, we want you to focus on your strength, but don't just let your weakness fall off. Like try and improve
Exactly.
that too. But I believe in hard work, and that's the difference between elite athletes and those who are complacent and are content with being mediocre and getting lost in the wash. Um, it's just hard work, consistency.
There you go. I have a segment called 3 on 3. These are 3 questions. You give me your top 3 answers.
Okay.
The first question, you mentioned reading. So give me 3 of your favorite books.
Huh. Okay. Joe Dispenza, what is it called? Breaking the Habit of Being Oneself by Joe
Ooh,
Dispenza. I love that book. 48 Powers of Law. And then I would say Alter Ego Effect by Todd Herman for athletes. So it's creating an alter ego. I
I
feel
think
like
that's going to take
athletes,
time.
it's a mental thing. When I was young in my football career, it really affected me that people were judging me off of how I was on the field. Or they're like, "Oh, you're mean, you're aggressive, you're just a bitch because you do this and this." And I'm like, "Have you talked to me off the field?"
Right.
Because that's not me on the field. And so when I say I was in a negative mind space because I felt like hated in the previous league I was in because I was such a good athlete,
Mhm.
that it wasn't until I picked up that book Alter Ego Effect by Todd Herman that I was like, oh, I need to bring D Train. I need to create. someone else. So I can step into the shoes of D-Train when I'm on the field or in the cage. But when I get off the field or out the cage, I can just be Destiny. And I don't have that pressure and I don't have those feelings and I don't have everything that comes with that image. Right? I have a tattoo of a mask. We all wear masks. So I just have to know when to hang up that mask or put it on. So,
Shouts out to Jim Carrey.
yes, I love my
I'm a
guy.
cornball, by the way, so it comes
I
out every
love Jim
once in a while.
Carrey. That's my boy.
Give me your top 3 shows right now.
Right now, All the Queen's Men. Unfortunately, because my girlfriend got me into it, Baddies.
Okay,
Every
okay.
Sunday, every Sunday I'll be waiting for Baddies just because I'm invested in the drama for no reason. Uh, and then Black Mirror. Can I give a fourth? Because there's a fourth.
Yeah, for
Altered
sure.
Carbon, not the animated one, the actual series, Altered Carbon, and Black Mirror. I love Black Mirror because it gives you a bunch of possibilities that actually could be reality. So
Art imitating life.
yes, yeah.
Last question. Give me 3 of your inspirational figures. That could be whether it's sports related, it could be outside of sports. I just need your top 3
OJ,
people.
OJ, Odessa Jenkins is number one. That's
Hmm.
she inspires me every day. Uh, Maya Angelou, that's my lady. Love everything about her. And then I want to say Wilma Rudolph. Now, not a lot of people know who Wilma Rudolph is, but Wilma Rudolph
Yes.
overcame polio as a kid and became a track star, breaking records, world records. I wrote about her when I was a sophomore in high school, and I fell in love with how she overcame so much in her life. Her and her mom used to walk miles and miles just to go to the doctor, just to be seen. And for her to go through what she went through and that time phrase or that era and the mental strength she had to show, like consistently show that mental strength and overcoming that, that gave me some inspiration that, man, you can have everything against you. But if you stay focused through the chaos, through that storm, eventually that light will come. So,
That's definitely a story that needs to be told because
yeah,
I knew somewhat of her story. I didn't know those elements. Did
yeah,
not know
you
those
got, yeah,
elements.
yeah, Wilma Rudolph,
Um,
yeah.
there's all, and I hate to pivot like this, but because you gave such an awesome and amazing background story of Wilma Rudolph, I want to go back to Maya Angelou. There's also a saying out there that says, "Who's the messiest person in the world that you know, and why is it a straight man?" I'm gonna tap into that real quick. I just watched an interview this morning with Todd Chrisley, and they
Okay,
asked him, "What did you do, or what were you reading in jail?" He said he read 116 books. Okay, cool, whatever.
okay.
He said he read a lot of Maya Angelou, and I'm like, Todd Chrisley, you reading Maya Angelou? Who you fooling, brother? But
He did it for the clout. Hey,
I
in
just said, okay,
history,
brother. I
I
said,
don't
okay,
know,
brother.
man.
Todd Chrisley, you got it. I ain't gonna hold you, brother. You say you read Maya
I would have
Angelou,
believed him if he would have said a Malcolm X book or Martin Luther King book. So
so
you read
so now you
poems?
gonna quote me phenomenal woman. You gonna quote I know why the cage bird sings now.
So go ahead, Todd. Be our leader. Go ahead. Show
Be
us
our
something.
be our ally.
Come on. Be our ally, Todd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's funny.
I just had to mention it because you said Maya Angelou. Um, that's 3 on 3. So thank you for answering those questions. That's the segment where I listen, I don't judge, I make assessments, and the assessment that I came out with after this 3 on 3, you cool in my book. We good. We see each other. We see each other.
We here. We here, bro.
Destiny, I want to close out on this note. For the young girls who see you as an inspiration, what advice would you have for those teenage young women, those teenage girls, those preteen girls who are involved in sports, who are involved but just need that extra push? What would you say to them? How would you encourage them?
I would encourage him by just saying never stop. Like if you wholeheartedly know that that's something you want to do, or sport is something you want to play, and if a guy tells you you can't, or your family tells you you can't, I want you to know that you can and you should, because not only are you going to prove yourself right, you're going to prove others wrong. And, and it's a good feeling to know that you can overcome something. And if you want to play a sport and it's 30 minutes away, but no one wants to take you, hey, start walking an hour and a half early. Find a way to continue doing what makes you happy, what makes you feel loved, where you feel safe, and where you feel like you can make an impact. And don't ever stop pushing for that. Don't ever stop pushing for self advocacy, because there's other people that will find you and help you. Just reach out. There's always someone that's willing to mentor you. Find someone that's seeing the vision that you see. Reach out and never stop.
I know you said you're not the vocal leader. You're definitely a vocal leader in your own way. In your own way, I'm gonna give you that. In your own way. Um, I hope that outside of football, outside of MMA, that there's a community that you even begin, if you're not already a part of one. There's a message in you. You have a way of inspiring. You have a way of encouraging, and I believe that it needs to be showcased more.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I do say it all the time. Like, I do speaking engagements here where I live in my hometown, but I want to be able to do more. I just don't put myself there. Like, I don't record myself enough. But I mean, I've done keynote speaking here for Student of Promise and Clovis Unified. I've traveled to wrestling groups to talk to the young athletes for their the mental psychology. Um, but I do know that I have the gift of gab, and I do know my story can, change a life, if not one or two, or hopefully tens and hundreds and thousands eventually. But I do love talking. I do love talking to young adults, young athletes, women, just knowing that if I say one thing that you can resonate with, that can make you change the habit or just the way of thinking. And to me, that's my way of giving back to the world. So, and those who all invested in me, like my mentors, my coaches, my teachers, my way of giving back is being the best version of Destiny that I can be.
You know what? Two things. One, I'm glad that you said that. I want to know, that may be a dangerous question. I'm asking anyway. What inspires you the most off the field, on the field, out the ring, in the ring? What inspires you the most right now?
So I'm one of those people that have been programmed to be inspired by negatives. So negatives feel me to do better, and to push me to do more, and then I turn that negative into a positive. But right now, my inspiration is betterment of myself. Like, I want to be in a better place to be able to help more, to be able to help my family financially, to be able to help others if they need guidance or something. So my inspiration is literally to, in this moment, is I want more. I just want to be able to give back more. In order to give back more, I have to put myself in positions to be able to do that. Before that, honestly, it was my family. I read
Yeah,
my family. Like I said, that 075 song, Off the Porch, uh, didn't have much to believe in. I come from a family who didn't have much. I watched my uncles and cousins get locked up all over the 90s and
yeah.
2000s because, so I watched that. And so my inspiration has always been, family, to show them that you can be something better, you can be something more than go to school, get a girlfriend, have a baby, and just live in that redundant circle of life. Like, I
Yeah.
want to show folks that you don't have to let your dream die. You can carry out your dreams. It doesn't matter your age. I'm 34. Like, I'm still living. I'm still playing football. I'm still fighting. And people are like, how do you keep doing it? Because I love it, and I don't let someone tell me that I can't, and I shouldn't love this, or I shouldn't do that. It's, I'm self driven, but I can't do it without my community. So those who pour into me, they inspire me. My former teachers, my coaches, my current mentors, but also myself, because I've overcome so much. So I continue to shock myself and inspire myself. But family, self, and community inspire me the most.
And lastly, um, I want you to give flowers, give shouts out to whoever you want. This is your stage now. So shout out the people that you want.
Hey, shout out to Texas Elite Spartans. We the champs. We champs, so we ain't the champs no more again. Everybody part of Texas Elite staff, coaches, fans, family members of players, like everybody, everybody in the WNFC organization, my people we play against. I give a shout out to everybody that watches women's sports, everybody that pours into women's sports, every journalist, every photographer, videographer, uh, it, podcaster. I feel like you can't just give flowers to one person. Like these flowers go out to the entire women community of supporters, of people, of women. This is for everybody. So.
This is for everybody. One thing I want to leave with from this interview is that when you mentioned Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. That that right there hit me in the chest. So I'm definitely holding on to that. And what I want you to hold on to is that you're a dope individual. So I appreciate you jumping on with me for more insight. This is insight you could trust because there is more where it came from. Make sure y'all lock in with Destiny. Destiny, can you give your social handles, give people where they can keep up with you?
Yeah, I'm more active on Instagram. Go to my Instagram at Yadestanie. It's YADESTANIE. Follow me on Facebook. I don't really upload YouTube a lot, but everything social, Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Yadestanie. Facebook's Destiny Yarbrough, but Thread. I'm not on X anymore, but I'm on Thread. Uh, but yeah, keep up with me. I'm always posting what I'm doing. I never have an off season because when football's done, I got MMA to prepare for. So you'll have some entertainment.
And to add to that, because her name is so unique, you can copy and paste it and you can put it into Google and you can find everything about Destiny that you want. Well,
Oh yeah, I get to say
that's
that
it.
line.
Yeah,
Google me.
yeah. Google her. Y'all better Google her. But
Yeah, don't be afraid to reach out too. I like to keep in touch with my fans and stuff. You might get surprised and get a message back. So
absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you again for joining me. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the opportunity to chat it up with you. I can't wait until next season. But before next season comes, you got some fights coming up. I'm staying locked in. I'm staying tapped in. I want to support as much as I can. So definitely keep fighting. That's one way to say it.
I appreciate it, Chris. I hope everybody likes, subscribes, comments, support, pay some respect to women's sports, pay some respect to Chris. We got this.
See what you did there. I appreciate it. We out, y'all.
All right.